Without further ado, because I know I can get a little militant sometimes, I want to bring Brother Pastor Derrick Rice, pastor of Sankofa United Church in Christ. Let's hear from Pastor Rice at this point in time. Before we do or say another word, because we recognize that and work needs to be done from a standpoint of rallying and organizing so that attention is brought regarding no-knock warrants and police brutality nationwide. The other very real reality is there's a family who is standing helplessly watching the child fight for his life. And so before we ask for anything else or say anything else, we want to make sure that everyone out here touches someone. Everybody touch somebody. We'll bow our heads for a word of prayer. Because we recognize that we serve a God who is known by many names, we want to make sure that everyone is clear enough that we're simply calling on the one God that all of us serve. Is everybody all right with that? As we bow our heads for a word of prayer, God, we love you, we praise you, and we magnify you by all of the names that we know you by. And while we recognize that there's yet work that needs to be done, while we recognize that better policing is the call for today, while we recognize that police brutality must end, we also understand, God, that a mother and a father are miles away from their child that is still awaiting a surgery that might save his life. There's a child that's still in an induced coma, meaning that he can't live the way all of us are living right now. And so, God, before we say another word, we ask that you wrap your arms around each and every individual here today, that we might be reminded that while the work needs to be done, the family is still fighting. Touch right now, God, in the way that only you can touch. Yes. That every word that is spoken would be a word that would be pleasing and a task. And that task is for us to all to remember that the reason that the Fon Savant family is here in Georgia in the first place is because they were burned out of a home in Wisconsin. Burned out of a home meaning they had nothing when they came. One of the things that was amazing to me as I was talking to baby Bou Bou's mother a second ago, as Brother Marcus was kind of walking through what could have happened and what should have happened if fundamental sort of research was done. I asked her, isn't that you all's van right there? Y'all see that gold van right there? Say it again, Pastor. Does everybody see that gold van right there that's right next to that gold Toyota Camry? Yes, y'all see those little white things at the top of that top in the top left-hand corner of that van? Y'all see, that's a family. There's children in the back of that picture. There's a father and a mother in the back of that picture, which says what? There's children that are in that van was in the driveway when they came and threw a grenade. Somebody needs to hear the mothers talking right now. I don't even have to do my part. Because right now, this woman is strong enough to recognize what's going on back in Atlanta, but at the same time, she's come back here to speak truth to power, really into a face that's really nothing but a very ugly beast. And we recognize very clearly that this statement is not solely against the team here that has done negative work for quite a while. While that's true, here's what else is true. 150 times a day, no-knock warrants are issued across this country. Here's what else is true. 90% of the time that those no-knock warrants are issued, 90% of the time, less than $10 or $15 worth of drugs are found, and not even a misdemeanor can be charged. But 70% of the time, somebody is hurt, somebody is shot, or somebody is killed. This is an issue that is woven through the tapestry of what James Baldwin called the yet-to-be United States of America. Today, what really is taking place is a revisiting of what took place some decades ago. A. Philip Randolph was engaged in civil rights for years before Dr. King even came on the scene. But there was a moment in time where the water hoses were caught on television and the world was able to see that A. Philip Randolph and others had been talking about for a long time. And when the world saw, change took place. I hate to raise this because we're praying for baby Bou Bou's immediate Immediate. Everybody say immediate. We're praying for his immediate recovery. But here's the other piece that I think we miss in terms of the courage of this mother and this father. The first prayer vigil we had, she was courageous enough to show pictures to the world of her son who had been bombed. Guess what else turned the civil rights movement? Mamie Till, Emmett Till's mother, showed a picture so the world could see how deformed her baby was because people who did not care about the value of black life were able to be exposed for who they were. Here's what took place in 2014. There are police officers that do not care about the value of life of individuals that don't have money. He told y'all very clearly, in an influential neighborhood, a phone call is made saying we're coming. In a neighborhood where we think that the value of your life is not the same as mine, not only are we coming, but we bombing, we shooting, we killing, and then we're saying we did it because you deserved it if the cameras are not on. Or if people won't stand up and say no more. Or if people won't stand up and say we will come together in this town, doesn't matter how much police presence is here today. We recognize that some people are here because they're doing their jobs. We recognize that others are here because they recognize that what took place was wrong. But let's not make a mistake about it. Some folk are here because they want you to be intimidated.
Thank you, sir.
But when you serve a God who's known by many names, who's the author of it and the finisher of everything, we recognize that we're standing on the right side of right. And as long as God is on our side, we can do everything except fail. And so let's focus on what we came to do. Let's be clear, just like we can get fired up about those negative points that were just raised, the evil that pervades our everyday reality in this country. Here's a piece that typically folk get quiet about. I said this family came here because they were burned out of their home. You've already seen the pictures of what took place in the living room that they were living in as a family. This family has nothing. I just want that to sink in for a minute. Because we can all get fired up about how we feel about rogue police officers and how we feel about policy that needs to be changed. But here's what absolutely has to happen. This family is living in a hotel right now. This family doesn't have a whole lot by way of clothing or financial resources. And for all of us who are willing to come and get loud, come and press for policy change as it relates to no-knock warrants and police brutality, we need to put our money where our mouths are. This family needs our support. Locally, I've been told that many of the shops just in this area alone have been raising money for the family. If you've been raising money for the family and you're local here, please go to justiceforbabybooboo.com. Let us know what you've raised so we can get that money to this family. They got to eat every day. They've got to put gas in their van every day. They've got to pay hotel fees every day. And we've not even begun to talk about the hospital bills that are coming. Yeah, y'all quiet now. If I can shout some negative stuff and we get amen. And this family needs financial support. You can go into any Wells Fargo bank nationwide. It's the bank that they chose. We want everybody to make a commitment to make a stop into a Wells Fargo bank and give to the Baby Bou Bou Trust Fund. Everybody all right with that? Yeah. They didn't ask me to come preach. They asked me to ask for your money. I do that well, right? And so what we need to do is to make sure that beyond the policy fight, beyond the police brutality fight, that we fight where our pockets are so that this family can be supported. Is everybody all right with that? Yes, let's take a moment and in advance give God praise for what God is going to do in spite of what it seemed like has been done.
Give it up one more time for Pastor Rice. There should be more pastors out here fighting with the people.